Hey guys, welcome back to another WD detailing video. I'm RJ and this is Ernest, our new friend that actually was watching one of our videos and gave us an email and said that he had a car that might be really fitting for the channel. And it's this, what year is this?
A 1970 Chevelle.
1970 Chevelle SS, and it is in rough shape, but we made the drive, me and Mike did. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mike, but he's behind the camera right now because Brent is sitting at home and did not want to make the 6-hour trek, so shame on Brent. We'll get him on the road someday. But yeah, he reached out to us, said that he had this car for us to do. How did this car even come into your possession?
Well, about, I want to say 15 years ago, I met Cholo, the owner of this garage. And so I rode my motorcycle up here with another friend of mine and met him. And I saw the car sitting up there, and I was like, hey, is that car for sale? And of course, for the right price, anything is for sale. So we went back and forth for about 10 or 15 years. And then finally I said, okay, Cholo, I want to buy the car. And he did give me a little discount, not much. Now it's mine, and
nice. Yeah,
time to put it back together.
That's quite the negotiation process.
Yeah. Cholo is a hard negotiator.
Yeah. He's actually behind the camera now. He's laughing as well. But you've owned Chevelles prior to this, right?
Yes. I own 2 Chevelles. I own another Chevelle right now, red Chevelle, a Super Sport 396, and I own just a regular Malibu 350, which is a Chevelle also.
Yeah. Very nice. And so what is like the end goal? What's the plan for this? So we're gonna clean it up. Well, actually, how long has it even been sitting here?
I want to say it probably been sitting here for 20 or 25 years, approximately.
It looks like it.
And but everything is here. And I just want to put it back together and make it a nice driver.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to put the original engine back in?
Yes, the original engine is sitting over there in the corner.
Nice.
And so we're going to put that back in there and just put everything back to original. Maybe just a little bigger wheels, and that's about it. You know? But same period wheels, not anything new.
Gotcha. I'm a personal fan of OEM wheels. I think manufacturers do a pretty good job most of the time of building the car to look its best.
Right.
So I can definitely appreciate that. Now it has been repainted. I think you said that it was repainted and then basically
put back. Yeah, so
back and left here.
Yeah, so about, I guess about 10, maybe 10 or 12 years ago, it was taken apart, painted, partially put back together, then brought back to Cholo's garage, and it's been sitting here ever since. Waiting for me and waiting for you.
Yeah.
It's great to have you here. I was looking forward to seeing you guys here, not just because of doing my car, but because of the work you do, because of the YouTube channel, watching it and seeing you guys clean cars up is amazing transition that you guys bring the cars through.
I can't express how cool that is to even be able to like make the connection with someone 6 hours away from us. Again, we're in Philadelphia, we're from Cleveland, so just the fact that our work resonated with you all the way out here, and the stars somehow aligned, and even with all our travel issues, we made it, and I can't wait to bring this thing back to life. And it's thank you for having us out.
You're welcome.
Cool. Let's get to it.
All right, guys, so taking a closer look over this car, as you could tell, it's just not in good condition. As you guys heard the owner say, he had it repainted about 12-ish years ago and then had it put right back in this garage. And in a second, you'll see what the biggest problem was with this car. So after they painted it, normally what you would do if you wanted to store it would obviously be putting a tarp over it or plastic or something of that sort. But instead what they did was take newspapers and they taped them down to the paint, and you'll see why that was a struggle later in the video. RJ actually goes in depth and talks a little bit about it. But basically this newspaper was sitting on the car, and this garage is half exposed to the elements, so the newspaper would get wet and then it would dry, and it was just not good over the course of however many years. But I do want to say you guys should watch this entire video because I watched some of it and it's very satisfying, I'm not gonna lie, and the end result is nuts compared to what I thought it would be since I wasn't there. And lastly, we want to see if we can get to 300k subscribers by the end of this year. It's a big goal of ours, so if you guys are not subscribed, and I'm sure a lot of you aren't, please just take a second, hit the subscribe button, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss our future videos. And I figured some of you might be interested in what condition the interior was in and why they didn't end up doing it. And if you're looking at it right now, obviously it was pretty bad, so they didn't have the time to do it. This would be a multiple day project, and they were only there for 1 day. So getting into the pressure washing, it's time for the question of the video, so make sure you guys leave your answers in the comments below. And this week's question is, if you owned a car from this time period, would you rather own something American built or something foreign, and why? And while you're down there leaving your comment, if you guys could take a second and also hit the like button, it really helps out our videos, it helps out our channel, and we appreciate it more than you know.
All right, guys, so an issue that we're running into is all that paper that was on the car was taped on, and that tape was left for, 20 years, and the adhesive on the underside of the tape is actually etched into the top layer of the clear coat of the vehicle, and we were able to remove some of it here, but there's actually a line in the clear coat where you can see the tape line and how it was etched in. And unfortunately, we don't have the right tools or the right chemicals, and being that we're 6 hours away, we won't be able to we won't be able to find them in time to actually finish this car for this customer. But we just want to be transparent. We understand that there's going to be tape lines on the vehicle that unfortunately we can't remove, and it makes me feel like such a hack. And today is turning into be quite the project. But hopefully you guys can forgive us for not being as prepared as we thought, or as we'd hoped to be, and give us a little bit of grace. I'm not happy with leaving a car unfinished, I guess you could call it, but it's my own fault.
So being that this car is sat for so long and this is such a unique situation that RJ wasn't prepared for, that you couldn't really see coming until you actually got to the site 6 hours away. To all the detailers watching, what would you have done in this situation? Luckily, Ernest was a super nice guy and he was okay with it, and they were very upfront and transparent about it. But what do you guys think could have removed that adhesive and not damaged the paint? So after doing the wheels, the first order of business was to get this car foamed down to give it some time to loosen up some of that dirt on the surface, and then apply another layer of foam and wash the car. So after getting the car washed, they went ahead and clay barred the car, and as you can see just by looking at it, you want to make sure when you're claying a car that it's highly lubricated. That way you don't leave scratches or marring in the paint, which inevitably is gonna happen, but the more lubrication you have when you're doing this step, the better. And for the record, these are just clay bar mitts rather than using actual clay, which they do the same exact thing, but they help you cover a lot more surface area in a less amount of time, so it really just makes the job quicker. So after getting the car polished, the final 2 steps were to dress the tires to make them look nice and apply a ceramic sealant to the car to give it a little protection.
All right, guys, so that was quite the day for us, Ernest.
Yes, it was.
It was very hot. We had a lot of lighting issues. We got pretty dirty in the process, little cramped quarters here and there, and this gave us a run for the money, especially with those tape lines. I know, unfortunately, we didn't come prepared enough to remove them all, or at least safely remove them. So I do apologize for that, but what do you think of the rest of the car?
You guys did a great job. You exceeded my expectations. From looking at your YouTube channel, you know, I saw the stuff that you guys do, and I was like, let me see. But in person is even better, you know. So I don't too much miss a show. Every Friday I go ahead and look at you guys. So you guys do a great job, and this is a great job, and this is a great transition for me to begin to put it back together. And I'm ready to roll now.
Awesome. Yeah.
You guys got me here now.
The end result, man, it's always, you know, the harder you work, the worse the day is if you make it to the finish line. If you have a will, there's always a way. So.
But it's, you know, 25 years of grit, grime, grease, and tape. So.
Yeah, the tape.
Yeah.
So. A Dremel tool would have probably been the best solution, but that's something that we just didn't have.
Right.
And being that we're out, you know, 6 hours from home, or
you can't run home and get it.
Yeah, exactly. We're a little off the beaten path from home. So, but nonetheless, your hospitality has been great. He only bought us like 75 drinks, all different varieties to drink from.
Yeah.
Some aloe water. That was the best, one of the best drinks I've ever had in my life. That was delicious. So I want to thank you.
I
really
appreciate you guys coming out, man. I mean, what can I say? You know?
No, and just also to, you know, for someone that is an avid watcher and you know, reached out through us, and the fact that we, you know, can make these videos and, you know, support ourselves enough to be able to drive out here and do something like this is it's like a dream. So and with that being said, thank you to you guys. We just hit 200,000 subscribers today while we were working on the car. Yeah, I was a little flustered when Brent called me. He was like, "Congratulations, man! I'm so proud of us." And I was like, Yeah. Good job, dude. I'll talk to you later. So I didn't get to fully enjoy it, but nonetheless, thank you guys so much for making this possible. Again, it's a dream of ours. So
I'm even more elated now. 200,000 on this 70 Chevelle, mine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, if you enjoyed the video, if we didn't do too bad of a job without Brent videotaping this, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next Friday. Sweet. That was beautiful.
Thanks, man.